Hi guys, Sleepynight Gaming today. We gonna do 2.0 good tier list. Personally, I do not have all commanders unlocked, so we're gonna go ahead and just do it by region here. So you don't need to worry about the southeastern region because there is pretty much no good commander, if I'm seeing things or not, but there's no good commander down south. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the top corner. It's west of Misty Mountain. Alright, so first off, we're gonna go with Falcon. Okay, Falcon right here, he is a true buff, more likely. So like a musician here, I wouldn't waste skill on it. During blood, dealing damage, and this is the only skill that he has, okay? And the rest is like a true buff. See, he's a buffer. And if you play Dwarf, I think it's okay if you really like Dwarf. So that's an okay. You have better option to invest, but I mean if you really like them, then he's okay. Next up, we have Gil-galad. Gil-galad is actually used to be really well hit or miss because of pursuit items. He used to be a god tier, but since now the meta have shift and the soldier damage commander is not as the strong, but then again he is still strong. Okay, Kingly Kin, you can't hit him. If you can't hit him, then he can't die, right? So Gil-galad is a good tier. Sam and Frodo. So I do have him here, and the fun part is he actually have a very good like a skill set right here. The half foot is not so much. The Hobbit adventure is okay if you have them, but master of the back end, okay, damage received by 30, okay, and then you want Sam and Frodo to tank. You want Sam to tank, and you use Frodo to ring bear. So basically you evade, so you increase defense and you can evade, and that job is the tank. So it's good, okay? So this is a good commander to actually play now. So Sam is good. Frodo is unknown. He's out there. Merry and Pippin is another thing, have half foot, that's, you know, skill that you don't really take advantage from these commanders here. War Chant is just like Horn of Harad. It's just gonna increase attack by 30 and it's gonna decrease by like 25%. Okay, so but the rest of the build that they have, like you know, two allied formation, up to 4. Okay, go up by 12 and HP by 10%. 10% for the normal soldier. Let's say they usually have about like 80 HP. So it's gonna go up by 8, you know, with the amount of point that you put. And Palantir Sizer is a skill that not a lot of people fancy to use. So he is an okay tier if you don't really have anyone. Serdan here, I got him for free, and he's actually a true buff. It's the healing in 2.0. You have to understand, healing sounds so good, right? But it's like this. It's not the modifier is very low, so you will not see a lot of a healing right here. Okay, this one is just gonna true buff, more heal, and it's he's okay. He in the term of like T3 commander, and if you're gonna use them with elf, there's so many other elf that you can actually put in and invest, and especially T3, you know. So he is another okay one. You have to remember, anything that he can do, he's a T2, he can do, the King of Men can do better. So the bread and butter for this commander is deal 420% physical damage to 2 enemy, okay? And then Strider. deal more damage right here. Okay, these are the two, and then the other two is a troop buff. Personally, if you like him, you can double him up with King of Men, but he is a okay tier, but not a lot of people will use him. I want to put him good, but I never seen people actually use him in the battles. White Consul, this thing right here, everybody take 8 instant, 7 instants. Yeah, 7 instant of the 8 formation, 8 unit in formation is actually a very OP skill right here. And Mithrandir here is like a Witch King at 60% for their own. Okay, only one formation, guys. It's not like Witch King everyone. This is only his own. So whatever troop he uses, he will 60% chance to gain double attack. So he is a good buffer and also dealing damage in a good way. So Gandalf the Grey is good tier. Northern region here, a lot of elf. So we're gonna go with Arwen right here. Her skill is mainly healing. Okay, you already know they are healing. Then there's that like troop buff right here, or the half elven. They are the troop buff are like these. Okay, and then deal 130 focus damage twice. It's 130, dude. Personally, I don't see she will be something. A lot of people will use them, but personally, I will put it as the okay tier. Elrond. You know, a lot of people misunderstand this dude so bad, and you don't. You know, like if in the formation now, if you buff a lot of elf damage. Okay, the elf gonna deal a lot of damage with all these half elven skill right here. Then check this out. For the first 4 rounds, okay, the commander formation and 1 allies unit have a 70% chance to follow up. Then gain initiative, which is attack first, and this is like 2 unit, and if you buff them all elf, and I fought some of the people that actually have Elrond. He is very, very good if you build him right, man. With all elf, he is. I mean, I wiped so many times with them, but I'm just gonna put he as a good investment as the elf. Okay, Eladan is like a mount unit. Commanders, the Grey Company, they can deal damage. Hero, okay, this skill right here is like what? His stat is not really good, but I mean half elven is buff. Okay, remember that. And then Elven Rider is mount unit, and he is I don't know, if you have him for free and he's R5 or whatever, he is okay. Elrohir used to be an A tier commanders, just work like a Faramir, but they do have like Grey Company. War Chant is a troop buff, like Horn of Horror. Okay, and then half elven. This is another troop buff. This is another commander damage. Okay, and this one right here, attack of the commander formation. So he is. You probably want a War Chant right here for the burst damage with the Elrond. And then you want to go half elven. This is also another good buff to go with the Elrond, since they are like relative, right? So he is an okay tier to go. Beorn. Not usable in, well, it's usable in 1.0 if people invest them a lot. But look at this skill right here. From round 4 onwards, so 1, 2, 3 doesn't count. From round 4, gonna deal 666 physical damage. 2, 3 formation. Dude, 3 formation. And then stun and madness immunity, which is kind of pointless at this point in game, since not a lot will have that. And then Forest Guardian. This one right here, you didn't want to do that, okay? But next two, deal 300 damage, okay, to 122. And then check this out, another deal damage to 3 formation, 160 to 3 formation. You can bring 1 formation, you will actually nerf his damage, but who would bring 1 formation into the battles? You're gonna have to bring 4 and hitting 3, so he have 3 physical damage that he actually can deal, which make him, hate to say it, man, but he an S tier, dude. He actually, I have seen him doing higher damage than Dane, which we don't need to talk about because everybody know Dane is another S tier. Now that we have like covered two area now, that this is what it is right now. Misty Mountain. Okay, let's take a look at the Misty Mountain. So we have Ori. Ori, musician, guys. If you have a musician tree, you don't need to consider it. It's not a good one. And this one, look at this. Focus of the commanders. What you gonna do? I mean, what can you do? You erase focus for what? Okay, deal during blood is deal physical damage. Okay, and then this is buff. So it's 1 damage, 1 buff, and then it's kind of like it's all over the place. He's pretty much trash, guys. Okay, so this dude right here, that's during blood. Okay, it's physical damage. This one is dealing 300 damage and inflicting stun is kind of valuable. And this one is troop buff as well as a troop buff. So he's an average. He's an okay. He can deal damage. The tree here, okay, the tree is, he's a tank. You don't expect him to do like that much damage. The Fangorn right here, focus defense stack up by 5, attack of the large unit, so that's another troop buff. Deal damage, okay, and last one is it's like a turtle. You don't you can deal damage higher, but it's like I have lost to the guy that actually have seen it Fangorn tree. His name is Best of Fangorn or something. So the tree is, you have to have a high investment. He's good when you high invest, I think, but for me he's an okay. If you like them, it's unique, it's walk really slow, which is not my thing. Gandalf the White though, man, these dude right here, the White, okay, this is deal focus damage. This is Wizard, deal damage. White Conceal, OP, troop, like buffer. White Rider is actually increased enemy, here. Damage received plus 25, okay, up to 3 formation. So you can use him at the low respec as like a buffer. The White Rider and the White Consul is already good. If you have a higher respec, you can add it these. Or if you use Gandalf the Grey in the formation, you use White Consul and you want to double stack them, or you use the Grey to defense and you use this to do focus damage, is also a viable option. Gandalf the Grey is, man, I like to put it as the S tier, but he's better than the, the White is better than the Grey. Then again, it's hard. I wanted to. He can do a lot of stuff and he can do them good, but you need like 10 plus respect. Are we gonna count like, seen it like 5 commander in the list? I want to make it more viable. Like, let's say you have them, R7 or something. He is an okay commander. You can do one side. So let's put it as a good tier for now. The brown, he do a lot of healing. The healing is not really good. He will be good at pathing. Okay, so I mean you will not lose a lot soldier, but yeah, it is what it is right now. Okay, how dear used to be like a S tier for T1 for a good side. He was good, but now he's a wood elf and deal a little bit of damage, and then he's a buffer. He doesn't deal damage anymore, and for that he will be here. This dude right here though is unique. So his skill right here is based on his stat. Okay, focus both 50, defense plus 10%, focus 75, attack plus 10%, and initiative 10%, and it's unique. I mean, then there's like Gray Elf right here and LOTRRTW. So he's a buffer more like for the elf, and he is good in the Elrond company if you are just gonna run him in there. I don't even know what he looked like, Serdan. Okay, right there. He's an okay commander. Okay, the queen here, right here, she used to deal focus damage, and that's not very popular back in 1.0, but now this is a thing now. So, deal focus damage, 320%. Look at this. 320% once to 1-2 formation, and 30% chance. This skill is like Saruman, okay? And then deal another 140 to 3 formation, guys. 3. It's not like Arwen like 1 or 2, And this is healing. This is another healing, so you only just need these two maxed out, and you will deal a lot of damage. She is not god tier. I have not seen if her skill, if healing are better, she might be like a S tier, but for now she is also another good tier. It used to be like anything Lutz can do, Legolas can do better, right? Because they have like almost like identical skill. However, in this new thing right here, look at this. Deal 550 physical damage, okay? Gain initiative and so on. But then again, this is like high nuke. It could be like you could shoot like some almost dead commander or like soldier for 550, and like you're just gonna waste the damage. I mean if in the beginning of the round maybe, but in the later round it's not. And this one deal damage to 2 formation. Okay, then we have like buff the elf. It's just like a Aragorn. He is okay. I mean, if one day we have like a raid boss that you spawn in the middle of the map and you actually need to deal to one like big boss or something, he will be viable. He will be like a very good commander. But for now, you are fighting 8 formation, okay, and some into a waste of damage. What I'm saying. So he in okay tier. This dude right here, though, man, is kind of different. Look at this. 120 physical damage to 2 enemy formation. 120. This is T3, guys. At least like 150 or 140, just like Galadriel. He might be a viable option. Grey Elf is like buffer. And then this is a healing. And then this is also buffer. So only one skill, which make him not very attractive at all. And I think this is the dude right here. Okay, so now we're looking like this. Theoden, he is not the same anymore. If you haven't noticed, his skill though is more like a buffer, like a Rohirrim when mounted unit. Okay, they're all buff unit, and you know, he is okay. I wouldn't put him as a pather, but he is an okay. But he's not like someone that you be like, okay, this is like king of the hill. You know, Theoden just gonna come out and like do wonder. No, it's not. Eomer, in the other hand, he does have a very attractive skill. Okay, this is a buff. Okay, you want to go with the martial of the mark here, and you want to go with, I don't know how to read this word, but Eodic. These two very high commander damage, and the rest is just a true buffer. And you know, when you're using Rohan commanders, you have to use horse. So he is good. He is good, but will the mount unit or medium unit be a meta to actually play now? We do not know yet. However, he is good, man. His skill set looks so good, but I have not. We've been fighting with the elf, okay? We've been fighting an elf and man. We haven't fight Rohan, so maybe it's a rise of Rohan after this, and he would be a good tier. But for now, I hate to say it, but I don't want to put him as a good tier yet, because we haven't really seen full potential of what he can do. Okay, maybe next season people will be like, you know what, we're gonna go with all these Rohan like mount medium units, you know. Elvin right here. This one is like more like a buffer. She can deal damage, okay, but then again, the base stat, you have to understand, the base stat is like 11-14. You'd be like, wow, dude, this is dealing 350%. But then again, this is like only level 1, you know. I mean, she's still blue. If she gold, would you invest in her? That's the thing. That's the questions. Her base damage right now is 11-14. I mean, if you upgrade them to gold, how much would that be? You know, and with all her kit and so on, so situational. She could do good. That's what I'm saying. But for now, she's okay. Leave the family together, okay? So we're gonna leave all the Rohan family together as okay for now. Once the season go on and we can actually see all these players actually go back and play the Rohan again, we might see that, you know, Eomer and Elwyn will be damage dealer and Theoden will be a buffer. Then we're gonna talk about the next buffer that we can actually talk about, okay? The Gondor region. So now this is it's gonna be mind blown. So for a lot of you, okay, King of Men is actually a good commander. Although high investment in Bayon and Dane would be a lot higher damage, King of Men still can deal a lot of damage, and with his kit, he is you can't go wrong with King of Men. Okay, Boromir, another confusing commander right here. Okay, boost of the attack, just like he just like, you know, Horn of Harad but backward or something. Oh, actually, they changed to round 1 now. So it's like War Chant, if you want to understand it easier. But I play evil, so it's like Horn of Harad. He's a true buff right now, and I don't know. He is okay troop buff. I haven't seen him like make the cut into like a god tier. All these whale are using. None of them are using Boromir as their first deck. So you know, and when they put on the second deck, then I can just beat them on the second deck. Then he's not very good, because then again, I can't beat their first tier, I can beat their second tier, and you know, I can't really judge. But from the book, he's okay to actually play. Oh, did we miss Gimli? Gimli is a good tier, by the way, guys. Gimli, simply because his skill have deal damage, and he have a pursuit, which, by the way, that one of the rarest skill that you can have in this game right now. So let's not talk about Gimli too much. Let's move on. Isildur. These one right here, man. Ring Bear, as you already know, just like Frodo, skill can evade, okay? And then Great King. From round 3 onward, attack on a plus 15, okay? And then he can buff and he can do all these things, right? And then have a 50% chance to gain follow-up using men or evil men unit. Dude, men or evil men. It's both now, man. Or is it, what was it before? I don't know. And then all these things right here. Look, check this out. Defense plus 50 when 3 allies formation receive damage from the next 8 hit. And then it's move on to 10 hits. So he's a good buffer. But then again, you buff the troop and you can have them follow up by 50%. It's not bad at all. This commander is good. Haha. A lot of people will be happy with this dude right here. Denethor. You don't have to use him for anything else. You only need one skill. One skill only. I'm not going to talk about the rest of the skill because it's not very good. You probably want to use this skill right here. Medium unit in 3 ally formation have 35% chance to recover. 60% HP up on dealing damage. These skill right here, you add them to the Rohan deck, it's already good. Then, you know, you boost the men. The Rohan deck is usually a horse, so it's a men. And dude, this skill is actually pretty good for like a second deck commanders. And I will put him as the OK tier for now, which bring him to Imrahil. Also have an ally skill. We talked about that already. Then he can deal physical damage. You can build him as the hybrid, and then you can troop buff. But then again, if you use Imrahil, you don't want to use the Denethor after. It's just like it doesn't really make sense to do that. So with that being said, Imrahil is also another OK tier. There's a lot of OK tier for the good side, or the good side have more commanders. He sound pretty good though. The red arrow might not be, but the warden. I mean, 3 ally formation gain 45% chance to evade the first 4 hit up to 5. Okay, and then HP up by 10. He's actually not bad. I mean, think about it. If you can buff this, but then again, it's like you see physical damage. He have really good skill. You might want to use this and you just boost the bloodline for the human. So his might be good. I mean, he's not a sieger. I think people use him as a siege, but this skill sound pretty actually OP. 45% to I mean, some other is more than that, but I mean, it's 45%, bro. It's not bad. King of the Dead. I want him. I don't know what he does, so we're gonna go and take a look together. King of the Dead. Incorporeal. Deal what? 600 focus damage once to enemy. Just a waste of the skill. Inflict stun, chance of stun increase to 50%. So 50% chance to deal 600% every round 3, 6, and 9. Betrayer. Okay, so this is buff. This is like Aduna skill right here. Some people are like this skill. Attack of 1 allied formation plus 35, okay, but they cannot heal. But if you do undead, then you're not gonna heal anyway. So the undead attack on them plus 5 and defense, but then again defense, man. Add HP or something, you know. Add defense for the undead. Come on, you give them like 1 defense or something, and then you add 5. It's like 6. It's not much. And this skill, Men on the Mountain, each round 2 formation on both sides have 90% chance to deal minimum damage. And then you know, it's gonna be enemy, so it's a good I don't know how to feel about this. I mean, like, two of your formation. Um, but if you just bring a lot of like tank, and then you just bring like Dane or Bayon or something just to do damage, it might be a viable option, you know. And then restore HP is like, uh, if it HP, shit, I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of like the skill though, man. I kind of like this skill. Maybe I'll unlock him. But yeah, he looked actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna put him a god tier. But then again, we haven't put anybody at the path right now, so we put him for now. He's a okay, but I don't want to, you know, it's too much to waste in there. Faramir. Okay, Ranger. This is a gain rush. Rush deal 350% physical damage to 1 with. So in round 1 he gonna attack right away. Just put it this way. Round 1 he gonna deal 350% damage. Okay, it's not high. Guy is like a buff, and then this is like 120 to 3 formation, and then it's 30% chance to deal extra is okay. He gonna deal. I mean, with this 2 skill, it's already look good just to deal damage, right? And then lastly is it just buff himself, and with this, I hard to say. I'll put him okay for now. It's just that's how it's gonna work. Lastly, guys, we are back to, we talk about Gimli and Dane already. We don't need to talk about it. They are already good. We don't need explanation. The Wallen guy, they have musician. You already know it's not the skill that you want to invest in. Experienced warrior is kind of like standard, and dueling blood is another physical damage. And last one though, man, look at this. First 7 round attack of the dwarf unit, like we mentioned earlier in the video. Does the dwarf deal damage? That's the thing. You can build like full attack dwarf. Would that do a high enough damage to be a meta? I don't think so. And with only 2 skill, the Wallen, like, it's not a good investment personally. So I like to put him as the something like a good tier, but he's not good. Is he an okay tier? I seen the Wallen is not. You know what? Let's move him down because yeah, I don't know. Oakenchill, what do you guys have a, you know, opinion? In this, his skill is like Camus, deal 200 to 400% damage, okay? And then damage received extra, and then like deal another damage here. Then defense of the dwarf is not bad, okay? And deal to enemy, he have 3 skill. But then again, he are T3 commanders, and anything that Thorin can do, Dane can do better. So would you want to waste your, I mean, maybe if you're rich, you can have 2. But then again, Dane can do better than Thorin in skill wise, and come to, at the end of the day, his kit is not ugly, okay? He can deal 3 type of physical damage, which usually will put him as a god tier. But then again, it depends on what you like. He's, you know, he is also good. If you want to spend 3,000 more respect item and unlock Dane, then invest in Thorin. He's okay. He will be a good. Or you already have in a like R5 and you're just gonna make it R7 or something. He will be a good commander. No, don't get me wrong, but he is not a god tier that you be like, man, I need to unlock everything and just give it to him, you know, because anything that Thorin can do, Dane can do better. And that's about it. I think we cover every 2.0 good tier list. So leave a comment down below. What do you think about this tier list? I personally play Evil, and this is what my experience are like when I face against Kraken and whales, who, you know, I'm always lost. So and then I know that, okay, these are the good commanders. Then again, guys, I'll see you in the next content.